Picture this, 1984. India is a powder keg. Tensions are simmering, divisions are deepening, and the political atmosphere is electric. At the center of it all is one of the most powerful women in the world, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. She ruled with an iron fist, a figure both admired and feared. To her supporters, she was a protector of the nation, a strong leader who wasn't afraid to make tough decisions. To her critics, she was an autocrat, a leader who had suspended democracy during the emergency and whose policies were seen as divisive. Her authority was absolute, her presence inescapable. But on the morning of October 31st, 1984, everything changed in a matter of seconds. As she walked through the garden of her New Delhi residence, a place she considered a sanctuary, the unthinkable happened. The very men sworn to protect her, her own Sikh bodyguards, turned their weapons on her. In a hail of bullets, India's prime minister was assassinated. The news spread like wildfire, first in whispers, then in shouts, and finally, through crackling radio broadcasts across the nation. A wave of shock and disbelief washed over 700 million people. The woman who had seemed invincible was gone. What followed was not a period of mourning, but a descent into absolute chaos. The assassination was the spark that lit the fuse. Within hours, a storm of violence erupted, primarily targeting the Sikh community. Anti-Sikh riots, pogroms really, tore through Delhi and other cities across northern India. Mobs, fueled by grief, anger, and political incitement, roamed the streets. For 3 terrifying days, law and order collapsed. Homes were burned, businesses were looted, and innocent people were hunted down. The official death toll was nearly 3,000, but many believe the actual number was far, far higher. It was a brutal, organized massacre that left a permanent scar on the nation's soul. This wasn't just random violence. It was a targeted onslaught that exposed the deep, festering wounds of communal tension. The roots of this tragedy trace back to the growing Sikh separatist movement in Punjab, which Indira Gandhi's government had tried to suppress with military force. Earlier that year, she had ordered Operation Blue Star, the storming of the Golden Temple in Amritsar, the holiest shrine in Sikhism, to flush out armed militants. While the operation was militarily successful, it was a spiritual and political disaster. It desecrated a sacred space and deeply alienated the Sikh community, both in India and abroad. Her assassination was an act of revenge for this very operation. The aftermath of her death revealed just how fragile India's unity truly was. The violence wasn't just a reaction to a leader's murder. It was an explosion of hatred that had been building for years. It showed how easily political grievances could be twisted into communal rage. The state machinery, which was supposed to protect its citizens, either stood by idly or, in some documented cases, actively participated in the violence. It was a catastrophic failure of governance and a betrayal of the secular ideals upon which modern India was founded. The assassination of Indira Gandhi was more than the death of a single leader. It was a pivotal moment that plunged India into one of its darkest chapters. The riots left behind a legacy of trauma, injustice, and mistrust that has lingered for decades. Families were torn apart, communities were shattered, and an entire generation was left to grapple with the horrific memories. It forced the nation to confront uncomfortable truths about its own identity, its deep-seated prejudices, and the ever-present danger of political violence. The events of 1984 serve as a chilling reminder of how quickly a nation can turn on itself and how the actions of a few can unleash a maelstrom of destruction. Thank you for watching. If you found this story important, please like and subscribe for more deep dives into history.